asking, how was last week, guys?
Last
Anyone
week
would like to
was
answer
good,
the
Nithya.
chat? Good, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I kept doing the clearing that I choose to go beyond fear and create the life that I desire with ease, the one that you gave me. And um, the fear is much less. I don't know what's creating, but the fear is much less.
It's so amazing. So nice to. Why don't you become fearless instead of making the fearless?
Yeah, I wish. And I hope to. Not hope, I trust that I will.
Yeah, yeah. So what invention are you using to hold on to a little bit of finiteness so that your fear can become lesser instead of you becoming fearless? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Wrong, good, bad, pod, pog, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, today let's go on a different journey. If you guys have any questions, please unmute yourselves. I will unmute all of you. If you have any questions, please unmute, or you can type on the chat, whatever works better for you. Are you guys willing to go on a different journey today?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes. So what should we, what is the journey? The journey from being finite into becoming infinite, which is the truth of you. So that's what we're going to focus on. Like I said, if you have any questions in between, please do ask. But this is what I feel will contribute most to the group today. So what is the truth? Are you finite or are you infinite? What is the truth? Okay, this is a question which someone has to answer. Let me clarify which questions I'm looking for.
Infinite.
Yeah, infinite.
Absolutely
Yeah.
infinite.
Thank you so much. But let's start with just a small correction of the word. It's not infinite, it's infinite. It's not infinite, it is infinite.
Okay.
Okay, when you say infinite, you are stuck in the finite. So the pronunciation is infinity, infinite, sorry, infinity.
Infinity. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So we're all infinite beings, not infinite beings. So would you all choose to know what actually is an infinite being? Would you like to
Yes.
be that?
Yes, yes.
And you're all that. You have to unlearn something to know that you're that. So as an infinite being, you can be anything. You can be anything that is available in this world. And that's the beauty of life. What is the beauty of life? You have choice to be angry, to be happy, to be grateful, to be lesser than yourself, to be more than yourself, to be anything and everything you desire. That's the choice that you're gifted with. But then we think suffering is something that someone put upon me. We think that unkindness is something that someone put upon me. Abuse is something that someone put on me. But the truth is, it was your choice. Why was it your choice? It was your choice because you could have responded differently, is it not? Maybe you cannot change the way the other person behaves or what they say, but you can change the way you respond. So that much you have control of, correct? And that's what will, the more you respond, that's what will lead you to the truth of the infiniteness that you truly are. Okay. And an infinite being, for infinite being, fear becomes a choice. You're choosing it. But when you choose fear, what have you done? You have moved from the state of infinite to the state of finite. So then everything becomes a choice, especially the way you respond. Maybe not the way the other people talk to you or what they think, but the way you respond is completely up to you. Okay. So what can you be or do different starting from now to respond and be the infinite being that you truly are? And everything that does not allow you to be as infinite as you truly are, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Okay. So guys, please type yes on the chat when I ask the question so that I just know that some of you are listening. Okay. So what can you be or do different for you to function as the infinite being that you truly are? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And the difference is in the way you function. You can function as finite or you can function as infinite. So gems, what should I do? How do I start functioning infinite? How do I start? The first thing, that is stop thinking. Is it very easy to stop thinking?
No, we keep thinking.
Yeah. So can we start from today? From today, let's stop thinking and start perceiving. So infinite beings, the state of an infinite being knows, they don't think. So what can I be or do different so that I start functioning from knowing instead of thinking? And everything that does not allow me to know that I know, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what can you be or do different to function from your knowing rather than your thinking? And everything that does not allow you to know that you know the best for you, and you know what to do with your life. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, poisonous. Before that, let's do this. So can you guys just say this in your minds or out loud? I'm willing to receive this session today, everyone.
Willing to receive the session today
Without any barriers.
without any barriers.
Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I'm willing to go beyond my imagination.
I'm willing to go beyond my imagination.
To create something greater.
To create something better.
To create something greater.
For everyone, including myself.
For everyone, including myself.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what is an infinite being? An infinite being, you are an infinite being, but even there is a twist to that. It's not you are an infinite being. It is like we are an infinite being. When you're in that infinite state, no one is separate from you. So it's not that I am an infinite being. It's we are infinite beings. We are infinite beings. So when you're in that state, do not separate from anyone. Do not separate from yourself. So it is a state where you include everyone, including you. And then you start looking at everyone like you look at yourself. And here's the trick. Only if you like yourself can you like another, right? So if you're hating someone, who are you really hating? You're hating yourself. If it's not that clear, just to put it in, give more simplicity. When you hate someone else or when you're angry at someone else, most of the time you're angry at yourself, right? So what would it be like for you to function as the infinite being that you truly are? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. All the lies of separation that you're using to separate yourself from you, that you bought from this lifetime and across lifetimes, will you now destroy and uncreate all of them? And will you revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, resigned, destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So when we're not thinking and you're infinite, then you automatically become present. And what is the magic? At least the way I understand it is, your presence is the magic. Your presence is the true magic. Then the universe responds to you. Anyway, the universe is responding to you. But when you're present, the response is faster and it creates something greater for everyone. When you're really present, you will see that things will work in your favor and in favor for everyone around you. So everything that does not allow you to be present with everything that you be and do today, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So one is no thinking. What is the second thing? No feeling. How many of you have lots of feelings? Okay. Thanks, Rukshana, for raising your hand. Are you willing to go beyond feeling?
Yes.
An infinite being perceives, they do not feel. Yeah, Tabitha, it was a trick question. Are you willing to perceive, or do you want to feel? Do you want to feel everything and lock it into your body and be finite, or would you like to be infinite?
Like to be
Infinite, yeah. Gary says this amazing thing. Have you guys heard of the term postage stamp life? You make your life so small and so pathetic that it's the size of a postage stamp, which you can't even, now with the virus, you can't even post it to the next zip code. So is that the way you would like to live, or would you like your life to be exponential?
Exponential.
Exponential. And it's just a choice. It's a choice of moving from finite to infinite. So no feelings. And if we go back to the basic tool of access, who does it belong to? 99% of the feelings are not yours. So the minute we get into feeling, this is what I would like all of you to be present with. The minute I get into thought, you have to tell yourself, I'm not being infinite, so let me destroy and uncreate this thought. The minute you get into feeling, I'm not being infinite here, so I destroy and uncreate all these feelings. So all the feelings and no feelings that you're using to keep yourself stuck to the finiteness, which is not the truth of you, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, all nine shots, poison yours. So if you truly are an infinite being, can you create your life the way you want, the way you desire? Yes or no? Yes. So you can create your life the way you desire. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
Yes. And the trick is, to get it very easy, is no thoughts, no feelings. Infinite beings perceive, they don't feel. So the minute I have some feeling like, okay, my head is heavy, do not even say my head is heavy. Start saying, I perceive heaviness. Can you see the difference? I perceive something. And the minute you use the word perceive instead of feeling, substitute the word feeling with perceive. The minute you say perceiving, the heaviness will come and it will go as fast. But since you're a very, very powerful being, if you say, I have a headache or my head is heavy, your body will respond to it and you'll have a heavy head. So everywhere you're so good at creating heaviness, pain, disease, suffering of others, which is not even yours, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, all nine shots, poison myths. And lots of pain, sufferings, disease, everything shows up because instead of perceiving, we chose to feel it. And we chose to think that it was ours. So all the feelings and no feelings that were truly not yours in the first place, that you have managed to think that is really yours and kept it with you, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, next quickly about emotions. So finite beings have emotions. Infinite beings actually do not. And what is emotion? Emotion is like a feeling exaggerated. Like the sadness is so high that it becomes depression. It is not like sadness. It's like a huge depression, right? And the reason, I mean, Gary says the reason why do we have to hold on to emotions? Because you want to prove that you exist. You want to prove that I am important. Someone has to notice me, or I have to give myself that much emotion just to prove that I also am something here in this universe. I also exist. I also can do something. So when you're emotional, you're trying to prove that you can do something. But let's come back to the first. Let's come back to the word infinite being. So are you an infinite being or are you a doing? Anyone would like to answer that?
Would like to
Infinite.
Sorry?
infinite.
Yeah. Are you an infinite being or are you a doing?
Infinite.
Infinite. You're an infinite being. What does the word being mean? Being does not mean doing. Does it mean doing? So
No,
to
you're
some
just
extent,
being
yes.
you're being the energy, you're being the awareness.
The awareness. To some extent, yes, because whenever you do something, you're also being something. When I'm talking now, I am being something. I am talking. I'm doing an action of talking. I'm also being something. So at every moment you're being. Even when you're doing, you're being. Even when you're doing anything, you're being. Now what you be when you do makes a difference. You can be finite and keep on doing something and it does not work. Okay? But when you start being, and what is the easiest thing to be? Do you guys know what is the easiest thing to be?
Yourself.
Me.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yourself is one thing. But the answer is in the question. What is the easiest thing to be? To be at ease. And that's why in Access we say all of life comes to
Be.
peace, joy, and glory. Sorry, did someone say something? Okay.
I just said to be.
To be, yeah. The easiest thing is to be, and to be at ease, or to be yourself. Not to be angry, because we can be so many things. To be angry, to be this, to be that. But when you say to be, it's not attached with any emotions. I just be. So I don't have to prove myself with my emotions. So can we let go of all the emotions which your body really does not want to feel? Your body doesn't want to keep crying all the time. Your body doesn't want to like get into I'm so depressed. Your body wants to, if you really ask your body what it wants to have fun, it wants to move around, it would like to eat and sleep and move around. These are the basic things that the body would like. It really doesn't like for you to cry. And there's a beautiful thing in Access. I read it in the How to Become Money workbook. When you say my body feels sad, your body actually will not feel sadness. It doesn't know how to feel sad. It's only your mind that does that. And as long as you're stuck in the mind, we are finite. Emotions, feelings, thinking, all these are tasks of the mind. And then you stay finite. So what if, I want you to get you guys to get this, okay? What if you don't have to prove yourself to you? Can we do that? Can you accept and acknowledge who you are in a way like you've never done before, so that you don't have to prove yourself to you? Okay, so everywhere I'm trying so hard to do something and hold on to emotions to prove that I exist, instead of just being and acknowledging the gift that you truly are. Will now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere, only if I do something, I feel like I'm worth it. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I'm usually stuck. Tabitha is saying I'm usually stuck with doing till I choose. See, doing is not wrong. But what am I being when I'm doing? What are you being when you're doing? Can I be happy and do something? Yes. Can I be something that's really amazing and still talk? Yes. That's the choice we have to make. It's not about not doing. And being actually does not mean not doing. It means you can do more. Because you're doing everything with a state of being ease. Does it make sense, guys, to everyone? I hope I'm making little sense.
Yes, a lot.
So what can I be or do different to be at ease with everything that I do today? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And whoever I'm being at the moment, which may not be the best for me and everyone else around me, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what can I be or do different to laugh so much today? And everything that does not allow me to laugh internally with my whole being and my body, but still project externally what is required, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity?
Yes.
So let's just be so happy, because your being in your body loves to be happy. Let's just be happy with every cell. And why I added project something different externally is because sometimes in office, when I laugh, they don't like it. And some people can't take it when someone is happy. So you have to see the office. You shouldn't be laughing in your office environment. You can. It's not wrong, but then you have to be willing to receive all that judgment and all those people coming and saying, why are you laughing? So it's easier to laugh within and project whatever you would like outside. right? That's easier is what I've seen. But always, always, can you smile from within? So everything that does not allow me to have this infinite joy of the being that is within me, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So what can you be or do different to laugh today at everything so that it doesn't feel like work? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. What can I be or do different to be the energy of infinite joy and infinite gratitude for myself? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So let's do this, guys. All of you, please repeat after me. I choose
I choose
I
to
choose
acknowledge
to acknowledge
myself
myself
and be there for me
and be there for me
there for me.
in ways
in ways
that I've never been before.
Never been before.
never been before.
I choose
I choose
to give me so much kindness
to give me
To
so
give me
much
so
kindness
much kindness
that no one has ever given me before.
that no
no
one
one
has
has
ever
ever
given me
given
before.
me before.
Awesome. I choose to acknowledge myself
I choose to
Choose to
acknowledge
acknowledge
myself
myself
and be there with me
and be there with me
in ways that I've never been before.
in
in
ways
ways
that
that
I've
I
never been.
have never been before.
I choose
I
I
choose
choose
to be so kind to myself
to be so
to be
kind to
so kind
myself
to
that I've never received from anyone before.
that I've
that I
never
never
received from
received from
anyone
anyone before.
before.
Yeah. So why? An infinite being does not need acknowledgement or kindness or gratitude from anyone outside of you. Give that to yourself. That's very important. A state of an infinite being is a being of oneness. So it's a state of receiving and gifting at the same time. And when can you even gift to someone?
When you have
When you have what?
whatever you want to give.
Whatever you want to give. Actually, it is like if you're breathing, you're gifting because you're gifting the trees carbon dioxide.
And someone is ready to receive, then only we can give.
Yes, that is about people, but then you can still give to nature. They're always ready to receive. With people, it's a bit more complicated. With the easiest thing is nature, and then entities are a little more easier, and then people are the hardest. That's my interesting point of view. So everything that brought up and led, you destroyed and created all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shots, boys and beyonds. But when you acknowledge that your breath, yes.
Can you speak a little more about gifting and receiving, please?
So what is gifting? Gifting is different from giving. So gifting means you have zero expectations. When you gift, you give someone without an expectation. It's not that I'm giving you this call with so I expect something. I am gifting it to you with no expectations. There's a difference. When you do that, what do you receive? You receive some sort of happiness. Like I heard someone laugh at the jokes the joke I made, and I'm so grateful that someone got it as a joke. That is receiving. The instant I hear someone laugh, I'm like, it brightens me up. So that is instantaneous gifting and receiving. So, and then you do every gifting for you to feel good or for yourself. That is gifting. Knowing not that I'm doing it for the other person. Giving is I'm doing it for the other person. I'm sacrificing something for the other person. I like the other person. The other person has asked me, so I am doing it. But gifting is knowing that I'm doing it for me. Even if the other person has asked me, I'm doing it for me. And what do I receive in return? Maybe the happiness of the other person. Sometimes they won't be happy, whatever you give, different story, but at least the knowing that I could do this. The luxury, gifting is a luxury. And this is what I believe. Like, if you can gift someone something, that means you have more than enough, is it not? And that is a luxury that already makes you rich. It already makes you abundant. So that is about simultaneously of gifting and receiving. And trust me, if you gift to anyone with no expectation, the universe will return it back. and it's not linear. It may not come back from that same person. You gift it to this person, they may not return anything, not even gratitude. And that is true gifting. Don't even expect little gratitude from them. They may or may not give it. But when you gift with no expectation to anyone or anything, it comes back in a different way from the universe. And even if it doesn't come back today, it is coming back in the future. You're creating a greater future by being in the energy of gifting and receiving. Did that make sense to people, to everyone?
Yeah, it makes sense, but I'm
Yes.
having a little difficulty with the simultaneous gifting and receiving.
I'm sorry, who was asking that question?
So if you could, I'm Sagri here.
Okay. Hi, Sagri. Yeah.
The gifting and the receiving part I get, but
Okay.
this continuously we are hearing this thing about simultaneous gifting and receiving. So
Okay.
I just would like a little more clarity on that.
Okay, let me thank you for asking the question. So when you guys breathe out, do you breathe in also? Does it happen simultaneously?
Yes, it happens.
Yeah. So what is that? When I breathe out, I'm gifting carbon dioxide to the trees or whoever can have it. When I breathe in, all the trees are gifting me back oxygen.
Good. Very nice.
So that is it. When you do something, the trees expecting anything from you because they're giving you so much oxygen? No, but they're there for us. They're there for
They're just
everyone.
being there for us.
And they don't differentiate who's breathing the oxygen I give out. It's just available for everyone. So
if you could give an example with people, how we can gift and receive simultaneously, I think
okay, yeah.
That would make better sense to me. Thank you.
Yes. So someone just said when we give a hug to someone, we are receiving the hug at the same time. Great example, Sanina. So I was just saying, like, when I with this call, when I said some, I remember I said some, I don't remember what I said, but I said something and someone laughed. So when I gift them with that sentence and I hear back a laughter, that instant I receive something. And what do I receive? The knowing that I can gift. The knowing that someone laughed. So when you gift with no expectations, you already receive something. What do you receive? You receive the knowing that you have made something better, or you receive the knowing that I have a luxury to gift. That is gifting and receiving. Does that make sense, Sagri?
Okay, Nithya, can I say something here? Namrata
Yes.
here.
Yes.
So maybe when we are receiving, we are not able to. So it is always, I think, simultaneous receiving and giving. Why I say this, because sometimes we lack to perceive that what are we receiving, and that's the reason why we say that I accept to receive. So just to quote an example with people, now when I do pro bono, when I do something without any charge, okay, like Nithya is doing without any charge, if I be more precise, I'm sure you are receiving something. So I get empowered if I do something and if without any expectation. So I'm receiving that empowerment. I'm receiving that happiness. I'm receiving all those things to me, to myself. And that's, I think, simultaneous. And of course, I'm receiving knowledge also. Because when I'm giving that knowledge to someone, like if we do not talk about emotions, and also my knowledge is also getting enhanced when I'm giving this to someone instantly. So it's just a matter of perceiving that I'm able to perceive and accept that receiving. That's my take.
Awesome. That was really nice. Yeah, so that's what it is. When I give with no expectations, and let's say when I gift someone, someone is asking like, Nithya, I would like mangoes, and I have mangoes, and I gift it to them, and then instantly you can see a smile, and that's what you receive. Does that make you feel good? I know infinite beings are supposed to perceive, not feel, but you can feel good. Feelings, the unwanted feelings are what's not required. So you perceive you're good. And that is what you receive. You receive that happiness of gifting, right? That is gifting and receiving simultaneously. Sagri, did that clarify your question?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
And that's what it is. Just give for the happiness that you get, not with expectations, not with something will come back. And when you don't have those expectations, the universe gives you something, and you can't quantify it, and you won't even know what you've received from who for what you've gifted, but it does come. And that's the beauty of life.
Nithya, I have a question, please. May I
Yes.
ask?
Yes, please.
Nithya, this is Priyanka. My
Yes.
question is the very fact that even the bottom line, underlying expectation that if I give and the universe will make me happy, isn't that an expectation too?
No, I'm gifting and receiving simultaneously. So when I give you, when I gift you, it makes me feel good. That is the simultaneity of giving and receiving. I don't expect anything. Even from the universe, I don't expect anything.
No, the very fact that we are saying that if we don't expect anything, the universe will give us automatically. So underlying there is still an expectation. I'm doing it because the universe will grant me.
Then it doesn't work. You have to do it for the fun of it. Then the universe will grant you. So if you have an underlying point of view, an assumption, when you do something, you're thinking, as I'm gifting, I'm thinking. So I'm no longer being infinite. I'm being finite. And I be finite, I'm not being, right? I'm thinking, I'm in a different state. But when you be infinite and you don't have any underlying point of view about gifting or receiving, then it will be different. So when you have any doubts like this, this is the tool you can use. All the underlying points of view that I'm using to stop me from perceiving what the universe can gift me, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nature's poisons. And let's say expectations is not wrong, guys. I was just pondering it over yesterday. We all have expectations. It just doesn't work. But doesn't mean it's wrong. It's not wrong for me to expect something from this person, or wrong for me to expect from that person. It's just the energy is not the best creation for me as an infinite being. So it's okay for me to expect. But if I let go of that, something greater shows up. I allow for something greater to show up. So that's what it is. So let's not get into the wrongness of any thought we have. It's okay for us to think. It's not wrong for us to be finite at all. Like I said in the last call, you're not a wrongness. So even thinking is not wrong. But what if you let that go and move into something better? Okay, someone is saying how to stop negative thoughts. All of a sudden, negative thoughts. Please ask who does it belong to. 90% of the thoughts will not be yours. Okay, so we are infinite beings, so all our minds are connected. So your mind does not belong to you only. And even if one person has a negative thought, being so infinite, it is easy to pick up on that negative thought. So the first thing is, don't say I'm thinking. When you get the thought, is it mine? And then get to a knowing of, is it mine or is it not mine? 90% of the time, it will not be yours. If it's not yours, let it go. If it's yours, I destroy and uncreate it. Let it go either way. Or ask a question, what can I be to go beyond this thought? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Yes, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere you get bored with life, that you start overthinking, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. How many of you start thinking when you don't have anything to do? Anyone? Yes, no? Okay.
Me, yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. So everywhere you've made doing so important that if you don't do something, you cannot be something greater. Will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So all the lifetimes, including this lifetime, where you've picked up that doing is so important, and when you don't do something, you're not valuable. And because you're not valuable at that time, you have to think what you can do to be valuable, and keep overthinking and stop being. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So everywhere you've made relaxing and receiving so alien to you that you don't, even when you get free time, you don't know how to relax. Will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So how many of you are working so hard and doing so much so you can save everything and then completely relax when you retire? Everything that brought up and let down will you destroy and uncreate once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Life is not a rat race. I don't know why I'm saying it. I hope it applies to someone. You don't have to run after things, and you don't have to keep on doing things, or you don't have to, you give yourself the permission to relax. Give yourself the permission to stop thinking and relax, because you will lose nothing. You're not losing time, you're not losing anything. When you overthink, you're going to lose age. So all the illusions of life that have been so ingrained in you, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all to know the truth of who you truly are? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, someone is asking me, how do we balance between tangible and intangible receiving? We are used to only seeing the tangible ones. Don't see, perceive. In my book, I've written one chapter. See, there's something so beautiful that's available, which is called unconditional love and gratitude. Unconditional love and gratitude. So if you want to see what is intangible, which is so much bigger, it's a good question. I was asking this. What can I be to perceive the gratitude that anyone or the universe has for me? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive this, will you destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And one day I did perceive how much love, how much gratitude this universe has for you. It is so much. I can't even put it in words. Even in my book, I've written, I don't know how to put it into words, but it is available. And that one thing that you're looking for is someone to not judge you, someone to be grateful for you, someone to love you. Everything in the universe does, except people. People are a different story, so let's not go there. But everything in nature does that for you. And every molecule in the universe is willing to do that for you. Only if, one, you're willing to be that for yourself, two, if you're willing to perceive it. So it is a perception. We ask a question and we don't try to balance it, because life is actually not a balance, and it's not about balancing, it's about living. And everywhere you're trying to balance out everything so that you stop living, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Balance becomes hard work when you try to balance things. And like I was saying in I don't know whether it was in a class or in the last sessions, don't try to balance work and life. Live at your work, live at your life. Easier. When you try to balance, you have to calculate, you have to see something, you have to, it's more hard work to balance. So what can you be or do different to be able to perceive this infinite loving gratitude that the universe has for you, and everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And please keep asking this question, and one day, whenever you're ready, it will show up, and then you will know what I'm talking about. Like, there are so many beings, higher consciousness beings, so many molecules, so many things in the universe that literally love you. Like, and the trees is a good example. It doesn't scold you, it doesn't shout at you, it's always there for you. Whenever I say hi to any tree, there's an immediate response. You guys can try this. If you just look at trees and just say hi, immediate response, immediate movement. And it's not the wind, it's the trees, because there'll be no wind everywhere else. So there are so many things in this universe that's willing to give you that. The problem is, you look at it from people, and probably the same person. There are also amazing people who can be that for you, but don't hold on to one person and all this. Okay, Sunina, there's
I have
yes.
Nithya, I have a question on gratitude. So
Yes.
I have read in this book, I think Secret, that gratitude is the greatest multiplier.
Yes.
So if you have things and you give gratitude to those things, it starts multiplying and starts getting bigger. How about those things what you don't have? How does
Everything multiplies. It's an abundant universe. So if you have lack will multiply. If you have gratitude will multiply. The universe will multiply whatever you put out. And that's what gifting and receiving you're talking about. When you gift, you receive something even beyond, because the universe always returns it back in multifold. That's my interesting point of view. And the universe still looks at the best. So if you put out so much lack, the universe still somewhere tries to give you something good. It tries to awaken you. It tries to show you the beauty of life. But you can only take the horse to the water. You cannot make it drink. So if you don't choose, then you cannot see that. But otherwise you can. But what you put out will be multiplied. So if you're putting out anger, you will multiply many people being angry at you. So the microcosm, that is you, determine what happens in the macrocosm, that is everything outside.
That's the reason, Nithya, I just love your this tool of that I accept life with ease, harmony, and love. I mean, it starts removing all the lackness which is there in your conscious, subconscious mind. And you when you start accepting, I mean, it's actually it happens slowly, definitely. But yes, that lackness, multiplication of lackness will be there when we will keep saying that I do not have this, but just sometimes we get so overwhelmed with so much of requirements in our life. This is of what I have seen. I have been bothering you so much. I think you know.
No, that's okay.
So then you sometimes just surrender and then just accept. And easiest thing to accept is what is there, and that's easiness, love, and harmony. And then I think slowly what universe has to, or what the higher self has to give us, it starts giving back. That's what I have seen with this very powerful tool.
Awesome. If you've seen it, it's fine. But if you're talking in conclusion, please start talking in question.
Yeah, that is that.
How does it get better? What can I be to receive that? Not like, if I do this and I get this, this will happen.
How does it get better than this?
Yes. Because conclusion stops us somewhere or the other. And the problem is you have one conclusion. Like, Priyanka put a question, like, is this expectation? Is this also an expectation? So we move away from asking that question into a conclusion. And then there are 25 or 30 other conclusions holding one conclusion in place, and you don't know which will play out. Not the conclusion at the top, all the 25 below it will start playing. And then you come back to say, people say, I started thinking positive, Nithya, but still nothing happened. What is the underlying point of view? Okay. So Nena is saying, I wish the beings can clean my house and keep it clutter free. You can ask, what invitation can I be to allow all of these people to come into my house? And then maybe your husband will clean stuff. It's possible. You will also be prompted to clean. So, but if you keep your space clutter free, everything, even your mind, if someone who said, I can't stop thinking, look at your house. If it's full of clutter and disorganized, it's going to be hard for you to stop thinking. So just clean your house, especially when you have time. Okay, Divya is saying, whenever I go to the kitchen to cook, I feel so much suffocated and just want to come out. It's been happening. Okay. So what energetic contribution can you be so that your kitchen invites you, and all the molecules in your kitchen invite you to be with it, and everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and create it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, all 9 shots, poison. Okay, guys, ask questions now. I think I have talked about what I wanted to talk about. So Divya, you might want to ask all the molecules of your kitchen. Sorry, Divya, all the molecules of your kitchen receive me, allow me to step in with ease. And how can I have so much fun with everything that does not allow that? Will you destroy and uncreate it?
I have a question, Nithya. Just earlier, like we spoke about giving and receiving, and someone else also mentioned about that underlying expectation.
Yes.
So subconsciously, like whatever, even if we are going into the kitchen to do our regular chores or whatever, we are doing with an expectation that everything should go, on time, properly, meticulously, but it's not always the same, no?
Yeah. So it's not always. So are you trying to control everything? So let's not be, we are so big control freaks, and I'm one of them. Okay, I'm getting better, got much better. You cannot control each and everything in life. It doesn't work that way. So it's not submitting, it's like flowing with what life throws. What can I be to be so out of control, out of form, out of structure, out of linearities, and out of concentricities today, so that I enjoy whatever happens in the kitchen, and everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy it.
Yes.
Nithya, I have a question.
Yes.
Nithya, I work and I get directions also. However, I lose my faith in universe and trust in myself also. I am too much into anxiety, and something, I will only work if I see my competitors reaching some place. That inner driven is not there, and I feel very stuck up.
Okay, Varsha,
Yes.
all your statements are judgment. You're just judging yourself so much.
Yes,
I'm
true.
sure you're not that bad as what you think you are.
And
So,
I'm not that fucked up also as I
yeah.
think so. However, Nitya, all these things I know, I keep on pod and pocking all this to a very great extent. You can understand from my voice that, I feel so out of control at times, so much of deep anxiety that if I'm shooting for a video also, or if I'm doing a Zoom class, that moment I'll just stumble.
Okay, did you ask, is the anxiety yours?
Yes, it's coming, yes.
Truth, is the anxiety yours?
Yes.
Are you
I
an
can.
infinite being?
It's coming, no. Yes and
No.
no. Both is coming, yes and no.
Okay. Truth, are you an infinite being?
Yes.
Why would you choose anxiety? Would infinite beings choose anxiety?
No.
So you've become finite. This is the thing. Moment by moment, we switch from mostly we are finite. Sometimes we be infinite. Moment by moment, we have to tackle it, Varsha, not once or twice. So before you go for the video, expand yourself. Tell yourself I'm infinite. Would an infinite being choose anxiety? Pod and pop, and then do it.
And Natya, what happens while I'm working? I'm taking actions, I'm doing my work. However, back of my mind, all the comparisons and judgments are going on. You cannot make it. You are of this much age. So much of time has gone out. Will you be able to receive anything?
Yes. So two things. One is it's not yours. For an infinite being, age does not exist. Thoughts do not exist. Feelings are lies. So let's come to some awareness that most of the time what I'm thinking, especially those stupid thoughts which say you're not good enough, you can't do it, are not yours. If you really cannot do it, you would not be doing that presentation, would you?
Yes, true. That's so true.
So you
That's
can
so
do it.
true.
You can do it. And that's why the
Yes.
part of you that says you can do it is playing out more stronger. It's not even yours. If your point of view creates your reality. So if that point of view is true for you, you would not be doing these calls. So let's come to that. Whatever happens in your reality is truly what you're thinking. So if you're able to do a class or give a Zoom call, that means you're not thinking that you can't do it. It does not belong to you. All those thoughts. But let's do this clearing. There are some conflictual thoughts that we have. I
Absolutely.
can do this, I
And
can't do that.
so much, Nitya, that many a times I think that I have done so much in Access. Should I become a CA for Access? Then one of my part will say no, and then I will start getting the directions that actually what I have to do. But then again, I'll go in that inflectual, conflictual thing, in self doubt.
But is that will not work for you. So let's do this. All the conflictual universes, conflictual matrices, and conflictual thoughts that are running in my head that are no longer contributing to me. Are you willing to destroy and uncreate them once and for
Yes, yes,
all nations, poisons? Of course, you can become a CF. An infinite being can become anything.
yeah,
And when you self-doubt, sometimes ask yourself, do you really want to do that? Because it's never a question of can't for an infinite being. Mostly it's a question of I don't want. See, it's not that I can't draw. Like I have started drawing, but do I really want to draw all the time? No. And it's not that I really can't sing, but do I want to sing? No. So it's not a question of doubt. Ask yourself, what do I truly desire?
right. What I truly desire.
And if
I
that's what
get
you desire, you will get it. You will do it.
Nitya, I get the messages from universe also. I'll not say that I don't get it. Somehow I'm so much in doubt and anxiety that I'm getting it. I'm not happy with that also.
Okay, can we stop saying I'm in anxiety, I'm in doubt? Anything you say after I am
Yes.
becomes true for you.
Yes, yes.
Anything. And just today I said don't think, don't feel. So I should not even say I feel anxiety or I
Right.
think anxiety, right? Who does
Right.
it belong?
Right. Right. Right.
None of it
Who
is
does
yours,
it
Varsha.
belong?
Infinite
Yes.
beings
Yes.
live in infinite gratitude. So that's
Yes.
so different. You live in infinite knowing, infinite perceiving, infinite receiving. So if the universe, the truth of the universe is it's willing to gift you whatever you
Yes.
ask. So if you say I'm anxious, it will gift you more anxiety.
Yes.
And when I sit down for a class and I say I'm anxious, the laptop might stop working. I'm pod and pop. So
Right.
but things like that, you everything around you will reflect that anxiety. You've seen that?
Right.
You've seen how powerful you are.
Yes.
So let's focus it on gratitude. I can do this. I am good enough.
Right.
And that's why I started today's call. Let's say this. I'm willing to be there for myself in ways that I've never been before.
Yes.
And I'm willing to let go of the self-judgment in ways that I've never let go before.
Yes.
Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it.
Yes. Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poisonous. Infinite beings live as a question, no conclusion. Is I am anxious, I'm worried. Is it a question or a conclusion?
It's a conclusion.
So train, and it's a muscle to build, and take it step by step. If you don't get it today, do not be hard on yourself. The first
Okay.
step to getting infinite is to stop judgment of
Yes.
yourself and others.
And while you are saying this, I'm having that, heaviness in my head.
Is that yours?
No, it is not mine for sure.
So whoever it belongs to, before you made it yours so solid, will you destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity?
Yes. Yes.
That's poison. So whoever it belongs to, before you made it yours, will you send it back to them with consciousness attached?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poison, pills. It's very powerful. Just do who does it belong to and let it go. And if you're infinite, and that's the truth, heaviness is not true for you. Lightness is true for you. So immediate, when heaviness is there, I perceive heaviness, who does it belong to?
Yes.
And let it go. And all those thoughts, Varsha, not yours.
Yes.
And you couldn't
They
be
are not
doing
mine.
presentations if they were your thoughts.
Absolutely. That I totally agree.
So don't hold on to.
Yes.
So let's do this. All the lifetimes where I have believed something is mine when it's not mine, including this lifetime, will you now be willing to have that clarity of what exactly is yours and perceive what is not yours and send it back to whoever it belongs to with
Yes.
consciousness attached right now? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds.
That's so empowering what you said. Nithya, sometimes when I close my eyes and go into meditation, I have a strong pull towards my parental house, the old house where I have lived.
Okay.
I work so much on this. However, those memories, images make me pull to that place.
Okay, so what's the question there?
The question is that I feel stuck. How to get unstuck from my past parental house, the images, the
Okay,
people.
would an infinite being choose to feel?
No.
No. So that's where you lost it. When you said I feel stuck.
Yeah.
How many feelings are you using to create the stuckness, which may or may not be true, are you choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create.
Yes.
Feelings and emotions is an excuse to make yourself finite, to tell yourself that you're pathetic, and then to stop yourself, and then to justify, this is why I had to stop myself, because I'm stuck.
Right.
So you don't have to stop yourself. And what if you're not stuck? So all the feelings that I'm using to convince myself that I'm stuck, so in turn I remain stuck, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity, and take the first step forward?
Yes.
Everything that does not be perceived and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good, we don't get stuck in life. It's okay if you move at a slower pace, nothing is wrong with that. But let's not say we are stuck. Even one step forward is movement.
Yes, that's true.
So what if I take it little by little, and age is just a number, time is just an illusion. So I don't have to prove myself to me that I have to do something fast. Then I don't have to judge myself that I'm stuck, right?
Yes.
So everywhere I'm still trying to prove to myself that I'm an infinite being while choosing to be finite. Will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes, absolutely.
So you are the greatness, darling. You don't have to prove it to yourself. You have to just acknowledge it. Acknowledgement. Believe that
Yes.
do amazing stuff, and you will.
Yes.
And breathing is the most amazing thing, guys. You are a contribution, infinite contribution, as long as you breathe. Because the trees live on your carbon dioxide. That is enough. If you can acknowledge that and you do that, that is enough.
Oh my
That's
God,
the
you said
only
$1
thing.
million sentence, this thing.
Yeah.
What a contribution I am to the planet. Yes.
And the universe is not expecting anything more from you except you breathe. That's all.
Yes. True. Very
So
true.
there is no pressure. There's no pressure to do anything or prove anything.
Yes.
And pressure looks good only on pressure cookers, not on human beings.
Yes.
Everywhere
That's
you've
amazing.
decided you're a pressure cooker. So you would like to take so much pressure. And if no one outside gives you pressure, you can give it to yourself.
Yes.
Oh God, that's
Right, wrong, good, bad, God, nature of the poet.
This is, yes. Beautiful thing which you said.
Nithya.
Yes.
Nithya, today's session, you actually, kind of toppled my week-long saga of just being upset. I lost a job last week, and I hated my boss and my super boss and my colleagues and everybody. Day by day, I changed the whole story, and I, played victim, and I was so sad. My head and my house are proof to it, the way they're looking right now. And I was just, and nobody was giving me any ghas, nothing, and I'm still, like you said, we emote because we want that attention. And I just one quick question, clarification. I don't know what it is. So through this COVID time, I used to just keep feeling sad that people are losing their jobs, and thank God I have mine. But every time I said thank God I have mine, I think I was operating out of a feeling of lack.
Yes. So the underlying point of view, that's a very good question, Tapita. Like I even told Priyanka, right? It's not about what you think underneath. So when you say, thank God I had a job, with a feeling or a fear of everyone is losing it.
Yeah.
Thank God I have it. Then the underlying points, you don't know, if there's one point of view, there are 25 points of view underneath it and another 25 underneath each. So any one of this can play out. Not this. So, and that's why we should not have any underlying points of view. If it's energy of only thank God I have a job, it would have been different.
Yeah.
So all the underlying points of view, which I know about or which I don't know about, that are actually playing out in my life, you now destroy and uncreated once.
Wow, because I got confirmed also. I was on probation, and I got confirmed. And in the next week, all of a sudden, overnight, they said, no, go.
Okay.
And during the probation meeting also, I told him in all honesty, saying that, I'm sorry, I didn't perform well because I was scared I'll lose my job and all that. Tathastu.
So let's do this. Do you have a truth, Tabitha? Do you feel life is too good to be true?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that might be one of the underlying. So when something really good happened, we managed to make sure that something equally bad happens. All of us who have decided that life is too good to be true, and when something good happens, you cannot believe it, so that something bad will have to follow. Will you now destroy?
Thank you.
You're an infinite being. You'll get another job, better job, as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Just ask and believe in yourself. The universe has your back.
Thank you.
So it's not a problem. And you are the money. For an infinite being, money is, everything is you. Money will just come. As long as you don't worry about money. So it will come. So no need to worry. How to deal with the fear of job losses and any professional harm. Are you an infinite being, Kalpana?
Yes, I am.
So you don't have to deal with it. What if
I know, but it comes sometimes.
So what can you be to be fearless? Everything that is, now that will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad.
Thinking.
It's poisonous. And who does it belong to? Because infinite being, like 100% fear is not yours. When it comes, who does it, let it go back to them with consciousness attached.
It's all others, not mine.
Wrong, good, bad. And the best way to deal with this COVID times is use the access tools, use the tools, use who does it belong to, like your life depends on it, like crazy. Be out of fear. Use gratitude. Be grateful for everything as much as possible. Keep saying, what can I be to change this? Use the tools. So they're called tools because you have to use them. Not because I take it and I heard it once, I put it in my toolbox, I never touch it again. It doesn't work that way. Use them.
True.
Use the tools. Use the
Yeah.
tool. Who does it belong to? Like crazy. For every second, if possible. Because when you're infinite, you'll only perceive, you'll have lots of gratitude, happiness is a different state. Anything that's not there, use the tool.
Sure.
Okay. And Sunena, when we say who does it belong to, we say with consciousness attached so that it goes and creates greater for the sender. We just don't send it like that. So if it goes back to your husband and kids, it will create something great.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so let's not be afraid of sending it back. And they can handle it. You can't. You shouldn't be working on what's not yours. And if you work on some shit which is not yours, it just doesn't go. You can keep working on it for years and years and years and years, and it won't go. Maya, you've asked me to repeat something. Sorry, I didn't see it at that time. May I know what you'd like me to repeat?
No issues, Nithya. I mean, I'll get it back. I'll hear it again on the recording. We've kind of moved forward. So that's perfectly all right. Thanks.
Okay, guys, will you have an awesome day and start this journey of moving from finite to infinite? Or if you're already infinite, more infinite. So what can I be or do from today that will allow me to be the infinite being that I truly am? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive this, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
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 And everything that I did till yesterday that stopped me from living and stopped me from being infinite, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC. Adil, do you have a question? Is your hand raised? No, okay. Any last question, guys? I can take one more question.
I just want to check with you, how do we create more and more awareness for ourselves? The reason being, so that we can use these tools at the time when they really want to, because at times we lose, we are in the flow of thoughts, we are in the flow of negativity that we can't remember to use these things. So, self-awareness of, what you're teaching, so that it comes to our mind that, yes, let's do this, and you change our thought process.
Actually, I wish there was a shortcut, but you have to practice using. And the more you use, it's like building a muscle, right? I just can't get my muscle toned in one day with one time doing exercise. So, but you can start your day with saying, what can I be or do different to remember? Or not even remember, let's become the tools. What can I be or do different to become all the tools that I require to be today? Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and girls. And acknowledge the starting point. Even if, like someone said, I'm thinking negative. Even if you get that awareness that I'm thinking negative, you've taken the first step. Second step is the tool. Now let me be present. Okay, who does it belong to? I POD and POC this. And then third step is it will change. It will start changing. But even if you know that the minute you get to know that I'm not being present, I've gone into negative thinking, that itself is a start.
Right.
So let's acknowledge the greatness that we are and the good things, small good things that are happening, instead of looking at, but I didn't use all the tools, I didn't change it instantly right now. So then it starts changing faster. It's moment by moment. It's not I let go of all the, I really wish I could let go of all the crap in one instant. But I have been like 4.5 years of work in progress. And I'm getting better and better. So it's like work in progress, but it's okay. What if you enjoy that work in progress?
Correct.
Then how much fun, this is what I like to say, how much fun can I have in letting all this crap go away? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and girls. Then it becomes easier. True. And it's just more crap or more negative thinking is nothing except the universe telling you have to still change. There is more to change. There is more. It is not a wrongness. It's not something against you. It is just an awareness that more to change. And you'll be amazed by how much you have to change, because I get amazed. I'm like, there is still more for me to work on. Still more after so much. It just keeps going.
Nithya, what's your book's name?
Sorry?
What's the name of your book?
It's called A Place Called Home.
Okay.
I will type it.
And where,
Hypersensitivity.
okay.
So you guys willing to perceive what the universe has to offer you and receive it? Right? And that comes when you're happy. When you're at ease and when you're happy, you can receive. If you're going to be sad and upset, sorry guys, you'll be shutting down something that's so beautiful and magical. So it's your choice. What would you like? Okay, have a great morning. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you guys next Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Nithya. Bye.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Nithya.
Nithya. I love you. It
Thank you
was
so much.
amazing.
I'm so grateful.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Nithya.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Nithya.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Rukhsana. Bye, everyone. Some reason I can see Rukhsana on the screen highlighted. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye, Aarti. Bye, Harish. Bye-bye.